Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I am Mr. Rahman from Bangladesh.
Sarin Krishna, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Namaste. So happy to see everybody together once again.
Yes.
Dilip Sanghani ji, namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste from Nepal.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste, Sanghani Sahab.
Namaste. Namaste. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Namaste, Dilip bhai. Namaste, Mr. Sarin Krishna. Namaste.
Namaste ji.
I'm Chairman NAPSCOB, Ravinder Rao.
Okay. I think Rishita, yes, you can formally start now.
Yes, sir. I may start now. Good afternoon from Bangkok. Swadika. I am Rasita Seeker Kroon, Program Coordinator of NEDAC. NEDAC stands for Network for the Development of Agricultural Cooperatives in Asia and the Pacific. It was set up in 1991 by UNFAO, ILO, and ICA. It's headquartered in Bangkok. Today, I'm glad to welcome everyone to the first meeting of NEDAC Committee Livestock Cooperatives. This is one of the 12 committees formed by NEDAC. The committee is chaired by Secretary of Departments of Animal Husbandry and Cooperatives, Government of Uttarakhand, India. The objective of the meeting is to discuss the activities or the events that can be planned under this committee. And today it's our pleasure to have Dr. Purushottam Basawa, Secretary, Departments of Animal Husbandry and Cooperatives from Government of Uttarakhand for the opening address, and Dr. Avinash Anand, Managing Director of Uttarakhand Sheep, Goat, and Rabbit Farmers Cooperative Federation Limited, India, for the thematic presentation. First of all, I would like to invite Dr. K.R. Salin, Honorary Director of NEDAC, to address the participants and moderate the whole session. After this, I over to you now, sir. Please.
Thank you, Rishita. Thank you very much for your introduction. And let me take this privilege and honor to welcome all the distinguished members and participants to this important meeting. I'm so happy that we have a very good participation from several member countries, particularly from India, Bangladesh, Nepal, the Philippines, to name a few. And I hope more will be joining soon. And we are also honored to have the Mr. Dilip Sanghani ji, who I think he is staying for some time. So a special welcome to you, sir, to this meeting. And we have the distinguished speakers today, Mr. Purushottam Basawa ji, who is the Secretary of the Ministries of Animal Husbandry and Cooperatives in the Government of Uttarakhand. And before I invite the chairman of this meeting and also the speakers, may I request you to please introduce. So if anybody wants to volunteer to say hello to others, please. This is an ice-breaking session. Before
Sir,
we
good
go
afternoon.
Yeah.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm Dr. Muralidhar, Managing Director of Telangana State Cooperative Bank. Basically, I'm a veterinary doctor, a postgraduate in dairy science, working in the field of cooperatives for the past 36 years. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome.
Namaste and good afternoon. I'm KB Ukrati, Vice Chairman of NEDAC, and I'm Chairman of NCPL, Nepal. Thank you.
Welcome, Mr. Upreti. Yeah.
Namaste, this is Qazi Monis from Uttarakhand. I am currently working as the Chief Promoter of Goat and Sheep Cooperatives Federation in Uttarakhand.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is P.S. Gehlot. I'm Managing Director of IPL. We have deep interest in these cooperatives, especially the animal cooperatives, because we are quite big in cattle feed production in the country. We also have a dairy division where we have milk products. So this
Thanks,
is
Dr. Gehlot.
very relevant for India today.
Good afternoon. This is Madhavi Vipradas. I represent IFCO. IFCO, you may all know that IFCO is a agriculture sector and producing farm fertilizers, and it is one of the world's largest fertilizer cooperative. I'm representing IFCO. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Ravinder Rao, Chairman, National Federation of Cooperative Banks in India. And also I'm a director on NEDAC.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Namaskar. This is Siddhartha Shankar Kundu, Deputy Secretary, Rural Development and Cooperative Division, Bangladesh. Thank you.
Namaskar, I am Vanita, Chief Director, representing National Cooperative Development Corporation, New Delhi, India. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum. I am Mustafizur Rahman, General Manager, the largest dairy cooperative in Bangladesh, Milk Vita. I am serving here last 30 years with the farmers, milk processing. Thank you, everybody.
Welcome, Mr. Mustafir. We also
Good
have.
afternoon.
Yeah.
I am Annabel Rugosera, representing the Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives, Philippines, and our cooperatives is also engaged in livestock. We have the dairy farm production and swine production. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is Dolores Lacaba from the Philippines, working at Cooperative Development Authority. I am one of the senior development specialists. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We also have from CDA Philippines.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for joining. I think we have Director of Animal Husbandry from Andaman, Nicobar Islands.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Dr. Avinash Pines, representing Andaman Nicobar Islands. I am from Animal Husbandry Department.
Welcome, sir. And we also have Mr. Kossi. Okay, I think, Mr. Kossi, do you want to introduce? Okay, I think you are muted. Perhaps I think we can go to the technical sessions of the day. This is actually, I see a great, wonderful participation for today's meeting. So without much introduction, I think I will go straight to invite the chairman of today's meeting, Mr. Purushottam Basavaji, who is a senior administrative officer of the Indian government, belonging to mainly two departments. He is in fact the secretary to the two important ministries of the government of Uttarakhand, the Ministry of Animal Husbandry, the Department of Animal Husbandry, and the Cooperative Department. In fact, this is a rare honor for an officer to manage the two departments at the same time. And so he is the most qualified officer to speak on behalf of the Livestock Committee of NEDAC in this meeting today. Mr. Purushottamji, he was, before coming to the ministry in Uttarakhand, he was also working with the federal ministry in India. And more commendable is to note his role on formulating the policies, important policies for tourism, education particularly. India has recently made the new national education policy, and his role behind framing that policy is much commendable. So may I invite Mr. Purushottam Basavaji to chair this meeting and also make his opening presentation that will set the tone for this meeting today. Thank you very much. Can we hear? Sir, we cannot hear you well.
So you're audible, sir. Audible to us.
Is it okay? Can you hear others?
No, we can't hear.
No,
Yes, so there is a problem with the audio.
I think the laptop he should have in front of him. That will help.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, sorry for the interruption, but I think we can sort this audio problem soon. So this is also an interesting participation because this in fact means the importance of this topic. That's more exciting for us to see the interest of livestock. I think we can, is it okay now? Yeah, I think, yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for inviting me, for giving me an opportunity to speak before such an august gathering. I welcome all the distinguished guests for today's meeting. I especially thank Dr. Dilip Sanganeji, who is also present here, and Krishna Salinji, with whom I was in constant touch for this meeting. And also a lot of people gathered here from across various countries of Asia and Pacific. So I just wanted to say that Government of India, how much importance Government of India is giving towards cooperatives. I mean, I just want to throw some light on the importance being given by Government of India. As you are aware, after the new government has come under the able leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, he has entrusted the responsibility of cooperatives with our Honorable Home Minister. So this shows how much importance India is giving to the cooperative sector. So by this, I just wanted to flag that India is going robust in the field of cooperatives, and the Honorable Home Minister, Government of India, despite his busy schedule, he gives a lot of time for the cooperative sector. So this way we are trying to, though India has a lot of history for cooperatives, we are going to give new fuel to this cooperative sector by our Honorable Home Minister.
Can you speak a little bit louder, sir? Sorry for the intervention.
I'm extremely sorry for this inconvenience, but I hope I am a bit audible now. So the second point, what I want to stress is the livestock cooperatives. I mean, the sector what I am heading. I am fortunate that I have done my veterinary science, bachelor's in veterinary science, and I'm very fortunate to head the animal husbandry sector and also to look after the cooperative movement in Uttarakhand also. we have an unique opportunity here. Uttarakhand government has started the dairy cooperatives were already existing, but other than dairies, Uttarakhand government has realized the importance of cooperatives. So we started a new movement of creating own cooperatives in livestock sector. This shows that the government, I mean, almost 200 cooperative sectors have been formed under the for livestock, sheep and goat, etc., which Dr. Avinash Anand will be throwing more light in the coming in the next lecture. I just want to throw some overview of what livestock is and what its importance to is. I will not be talking. I will be talking about the importance of livestock in the entire country. I mean, India has the highest number of livestock owners in the world. I mean, we are also top in terms of population. I mean, second top in terms of population, and among the livestock, we are the top in the world. And in the buffalo, we are the first in the world, and we are the first milk producer, the top one milk producer in the world. And when it comes to the goat and fish and poultry market, we are the second top in the world. And then when it comes to duck and poultry, we are the fifth top in the world. And livestock contributes to almost 16% of income of small farm holdings. I mean, I feel very happy to state that livestock sector contributes almost 25% of the agriculture GDP. I mean, if we take overall agriculture contribution to the GDP, of that 25% is being contributed by livestock in India. And livestock is the main contributor for, especially for small, poor and landless farmers. For them, livestock is the main income generator. I mean, as we all know, for them, it is also provides the animal protein part of the diet. And now I'll come to what Uttarakhand, I want to give an overview of Uttarakhand sector, livestock sector. I mean, as per 20th livestock census that was concluded in 2019, we have almost 9.6 million of livestock, including poultry. And this is the second most important occupation in the primary sector after agriculture. And Uttarakhand, Himalaya has the most feasible climatic conditions, like we have forests also, we have large pasture lands also. So this provides the ideal condition for livestock sector in India, in Uttarakhand. But there are a lot of challenges which we face in this sector. These challenges are mostly disease outbreaks, antimicrobial resistance, greenhouse gas emissions. I mean, climate change has become one of the biggest concern for us because of, especially in the Himalayas, the temperature varies quite evidently, and this year also the rainfall got delayed. So this is one of the biggest challenge. I think this challenge is before all our Asia Pacific members. This challenge is most important, and infrastructure for veterinary services is a very big challenge because the population is scattered across various parts of Himalayas. So infrastructure is a big challenge for us, and low productivity of animals is also a very big challenge because almost animals, the numbers, we top in the numbers, but low productivity of animals is also very big concern for the livestock sector in India. And the sector is quite unorganized. So this gives a call why we should have livestock cooperatives. I mean, this is one of the biggest challenge for us. I will mark it as the #1 challenge before the livestock sector. That is the unorganized markets. So we found out a model that because we have seen that in agriculture sector, the agriculture sector productivity improved because of better marketability through cooperatives. So we thought, why not we adopt the similar model of agriculture cooperatives into livestock cooperatives? So the movement has already started, and Dr. Avinash Anand will throw more light onto the coming in the next lecture regarding the livestock cooperatives. So next.
NEDAC, CDA.
So now I would like to throw some light on what is our way forward. I mean, I just listed some challenges. So now I would like to throw some light on the way forward for us. So one of the way forward for us is adopting sex-sorted cement technology. I mean, here I would like to state that Uttarakhand is one of the pioneer state in using sex-sorted cement technology. Almost half of our artificial insemination is being done by sex-sorted cement technology. Our success rate is, as on date, it is almost 43%. But the female calf 98% success rate is being achieved when the female calf is born. This is reducing. This is allowing us to adopt artificial insemination and other various technologies very fastly in the field. And also using feed supplement and judicious use of antibiotics. This is one of the most important, and replacing low producing animals with the higher producers. This is also one of our top priority areas in the Himalayan region. And like I have already said, promotion of organized market in livestock sector is most important. As on date, everybody, small and landless farmers, they are doing at their own level. Even the rich farmers, they are forming small private, they are selling their products to very small various vendors. So if we can get all of them together in a cooperative sector in terms of the public-private partnership or cooperative corporate partnership CCP model, so this is going to bring a game change in the sector and will lead to revolution in availability of animal protein to the population. A separate cadre of livestock extension is also necessary. And then we have also started livestock-based integrated farming system. Till now, the focus was on agriculture. The focus was on integrated agriculture farming system, where agriculture is one product, and then farmer used to get 1 or 2 animals and some poultry to them. But now we are making animal as the model, and through which various other backward and forward linkages in terms of integration is being done. Suppose 2-3 animals are given to a farmer, we are also giving them benefits through horticulture department, some apple orchards, and also agriculture department. We are giving them good seeds for also fodder production and also agriculture production. So we are making livestock as the key around which agriculture is being organized. So this model is being tried in almost 181 villages in Uttarakhand. And the next most important challenge is the processing, storage, and preservation of livestock products. Once we have an organized market, this becomes a major challenge, how to process the meat. I mean, we have a main challenge that in the entire state of Uttarakhand, we don't have a slaughterhouse. I mean, we take all our material all the way from Uttarakhand to Delhi, get it processed there, and then get it back to Uttarakhand. This is adding to a lot of various costs to our products. So the final cost is increasing when we are doing it in organized way. So when a farmer does in an organized way, these processing costs are getting reduced. So this is also a very big challenge to us. So I would sum up my talk here, and I would like to thank Krishna Salinji, who was after me, for getting this organized, and also the the CMD of Cooperative Foundation, Mr. Naik sir, also he called me, especially the chairman of this network. He also called me continuously to be part of this lecture, and I thank you very much. And over to Krishna Salin sir for the next part of the program.
Thank you very much, Purushottamji. That is very interesting discussion, and that really set the tone for this meeting. Giving an overview of the prospects and the challenges that we face in the livestock industry. Before we move to the next thematic presentation by Dr. Avinash Anand, I guess we have a industry representative from Uttarakhand, Mr. Kwasi Monis. Mr. Kwasi, are you here? So it will be great if you can share some of your experiences from the industry.
Sure, I'm here. I can hear you very well.
Okay. Briefly, if you can speak a few words, that would be great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, actually, I have been through a lot of things in my life. Initially, I was working as a technocrat. Then I left the job and started off this goat industry thing. When I ventured, the process was not as streamlined as it is nowadays. So now we can purchase animals from different farmhouses across India. We have a very good network of all the farms together for purchasing goatry, or in fact sheep as well. So now I have a farmhouse located in Roorkee, Uttarakhand, wherein I produce goat milk generally, and I raise animals for slaughter as well. And slaughter for, the slaughter is for Bakrid as well, the annual festival for Muslims, because the rate in the market gets fluctuated throughout the year, and at this time in the year, the rate gets very high, and the demand is also very high. So we are not able to get the pricing in accordance with the expenses that are there on the goatry in stall fed farming throughout the year. So that is one challenge in front of us. Now the second challenge is, then if we are able to produce goat milk, then we do not have customers who are ready to buy goat milk in raw form. We have to make some byproducts like goat cheese, or Uttarakhand government sheep board is also trying their hands out in those things at the moment, to a farm which is located just 15 kilometers away from my farm. So this is the second challenge in front of us, because of the market unavailability. Now the part comes to the cooperatives, goat cooperatives. The goat cooperative has not been able to achieve the the goals that were set initially in front of us, because the terrain of Uttarakhand state is so difficult to travel and to gather products which are available there, and to supply them to a proper place where we can stock them and then send for slaughter, and then we can sell them. So the chain is not as streamlined as it should have been. So this is another challenge. So the way our secretary sir has said that we have been able to implement the cooperative model of agriculture into this livestock farming, but we have not been able to actually implement it the way we wanted to, and the way our people who have brought this cooperative thing into this livestock thing thought about it. So the challenge at this moment is not just bringing it to bringing the product into the market, but the challenge is to rope in people who can rear the animals for us into this cooperative model. And as far as I think, it will require a lot of time, and it will require a lot of manpower for us to be able to achieve this target. So I request the government of Uttarakhand and NEDAC as well to help us in those regards. This is all from us.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think, thank you very much, Mr. Khasi. I think your story is more interesting in the way that, being a management professional, you have, left your job in multinational companies and then chose to start goat farming and establish yourself in that industry, supplying to several star hotels and particularly the value-added products like goat cheese.
Yep.
So I guess that's quite an interesting story. And if you can stay back, please, to join the discussion after these presentations, it would be great.
Sure, I will stay back.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Khasi. And now we will move to the theme presentation in this meeting. It is being presented by Dr. Avinash Anand. Dr. Avinash Anand has long years of experience as the managing director of Uttarakhand Sheep, Goat, Rabbit Farmers Cooperative Federation, the USGCF. And he was also the chief executive officer of the Uttarakhand Sheep and Wool Development Board since 2013. He's again a veterinarian by profession, and he has specialization in veterinary medicine, animal welfare, veterinary public health, animal nutrition, and veterinary surgery. So I think the presence of the top level administrative officers in the ministry, held by real professionals who are real graduates in veterinary science, I think it means a lot for the sector in India. And I would like to invite Dr. Avinash Anand to make your presentation. Dr. Anand, please.
Thank you, Dr. Salil. Am I audible to everyone?
Yeah, you can still be louder if
Okay,
possible.
fine.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this presentation, and thank you to all members, all the August gathering who have joined this program. Thanks to our secretary, in which his leadership and his guidance, we are doing this unique model of cooperative in the livestock sector. As Secretary Sir has pointed out that cooperatives have already been done in the agriculture sector and in the cooperatives in the form of packs. But in the Uttarakhand has taken this initiative to make our primary agriculture lending societies into the multi-purpose cooperative societies, where they can process the members and the these primary societies can enter in different activities to bring the livelihood and the income to the members. So this is a one part of this, that sheep, goat, and the livestock, which was not, has been taken elsewhere in the country. Probably Uttarakhand was the first of its pioneer in this endeavor, where the small ruminants cooperatives can be created, and this was a well thought program. It has taken around about 4 years since we have incepted this idea to bring this sheep goat, because there is a large population of sheep goat in the Uttarakhand state. And the irony is that the most of our products and the live animals goes out of the state, and for our own consumption in the state, for the meat purpose or the milk of the goat meat, the animals are coming from the plain area of our country or from our nearby areas. So, Uttarakhand is a very fortunate state that where we have a lot of army set up here, the defense organizations are here. We have a lot of residential schools here, who have a lot, quite a large amount of demand for the non-vegetarians. And one fact is also there, the more than 70% of our population is the non-vegetarian and who prefers to go for the goat meat. So a organized, healthy, hygienic produced goat meat or sheep meat was not available to the consumers of our urban part of our state. So with these thoughts, this came, this livestock cooperative for sheep and goat, where we have to organize our unorganized sector, as our secretaries have pointed out earlier. This is a totally unorganized sector where the farmers were rearing sheep or goat, and the middlemen or the butchers were the buying from our farmers, which were not getting on any scientific line, or they are not getting any proper prices for that, for their produce. So with these thoughts, with this help of National Cooperative Development Corporation, Government of India, we have started this Uttarakhand Integrated Cooperative Development Project. And where this is one of the sectors, sheep goat sector. With this program, we have 3 more verticals. One is the major is the cooperative one, then the dairy cooperatives and the fisheries also. So this is a very holistic development for the primary sector through the cooperative movement. So we have around more than 250 primary cooperative societies, primary cooperatives, which has been this apexed as this federation, top federation, which is called as the Uttarakhand Sheep Goat Rabbit Farmers Cooperative Federation. And we have more than 10,000 sheep goat farmers member of our these primary cooperative societies. And good part of which that more than 70% are the women who have been organized in this cooperative movement. Our mission is that each and every member of our cooperatives, this movement, should have one viable unit of 20 females and 1 male of higher genetic potential, so that the returns coming from this goat farming or sheep farming will be very like that they can get a good number of return, and in the terms of the money, so by doing this goat rearing or sheep rearing. This is one of this like a project we have invested where the complete value chain has been done, from the back-end support system to our farmers and to the marketing and the front-end marketing of the product. So this has been done this is our mission, and in this mission we are doing it. Next, please. So I will like to how we are doing this. We are providing our farmers with a high quality sheep and goats for breed improvement and propagation of the stock, and at the same time, all the veterinary interventions for proper weight gain and growth of the progeny is being provided, which are very dedicated to those farmers. We have around more than 1,300 farmers across this project at the moment, to which we have to take up to the 10,000. But in the last 2 years, we have reached up to the 1,300 farmers. And for this, the dedicated veterinary doctors and the paravet staff is there, which go regularly to our farmers. And they go all the veterinary services, deworming, their vaccination, their insurance, their weight taking, because the weight is the important part, which we are taking very regularly from our farm, because the prices are fixed on the weight of the animals. So this we are doing. Next, please. So as Sir has also pointed out, this is a path from organized sector to the organized one, because this is the basic thing which have to do until unless the farmers come together and the volume is created in a cluster based manner. This buyback, this marketing of the product cannot be achieved. So for that, we have a federation has a buyback contract with our farmers, and the ownership of this produced progeny remain with our federation. So farmers only has to do the rearing and the taking the care of the animals. Rest of the facilities at their doorsteps is provided by our federation itself. Next, please. We have, for the front end, we have done a lot of linkages with our marketed for our Himalayan goat meat, which we have given the name of brand Bakra. Bakra means Bakri, B-A-K, and raw means raw. We are dealing with the raw meat of the goat. So this is the Bakra, and this is a unique Himalayan goat meat. The USP of our product is that because our goats are free ranging, and they are going in the forest area and the pastures of the nearby areas of our villages, and they are eating n numbers of the different herbs and different floras. So this special taste come in the meat. So we have given this Himalayan goat meat has a different texture and the taste of the meat. So that is our USP, because Bakra, and we have given this tagline, the Himalayan goat meat. So this has taken a lot of well received by the many prestigious hotels, academic institutions, even the IS Academy in the Missouri. They are also taking from us, all the colleges, and a lot more than 10,000 consumers in the Dehradun and the NCR region of the Delhi. They are also been our customers. So we are growing. Acceptance for the Bakra is growing day by day, and we have reached up to the mark where we can ready to spread our wings to the different new markets also. And we have one more concept of meat on wheels. This is a unique concept which has been designed and done in the Uttarakhand itself, where the complete hygienic modern meat shop is on the wheels, where there is a system for storage, cold storage of the carcass, and at the same time the consumers can come on this wheel and this vehicle, and they can buy their products from here. So this has been done as a unique model for in the Uttarakhand. Next. So this is bringing positive changes in this our endeavor. We have more than 10,000 farmers attached with us. Nutritional secretary is coming, and the more and more people are getting interested in coming. And this has also given this impetus to just bring the, as you have seen, heard Mr. Moniz, Qazi Moniz. He has been a technocrat and a managemental expert, and then he's left his job and he started doing this goatry. So there are so many people who are coming back from leaving their job in the big cities, nationally, internationally, and then coming back to their grounds, their like villages, and they just wanted to do this goatry. So a lot of interest and the calls are coming for this. So this project, our project has given this interest in the lot of, because there is a system developed From the back end, the farmers has not to do anything. He has to come simply take care of his animals. And for the market, there is no, he need not to go to anywhere. There is a market available for which we are developing slowly. Next, please. And it has a social economic impact also. We have a projection that this will create 1,200 crores of revenue. And this will go to the reach to the rural sheep goat farmers. And there is a direct revenue potential, means more than 10,000 is the direct project beneficiaries. Increase in income will be more than 2.5 times, and indirect project beneficiaries related with the other services also 25,000 to 40,000. So in the due course of the project period, which is 8 years, we expect that more than 25 to 40,000 project beneficiaries will be benefited, and this will grow again. If this will with the success story, with the confidence we have for last 2 years, we have this hope that this will create more and more population coming to take up the goatry in the state. Next, please. These are our project activities. We have one of our aggregation cum breeding farm where we bring, before giving our animals to the farmers, whether it is for the breeding purpose or it is going for the dressing, we take proper care of the animals. They are well examined, and each and every animal is traceable, is properly tagged, and the properly record keeping is done. Then for the farmers training, we have a Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana accredited center where we train our farmers for the goatry, and then we provide them for their improvement of their sheds. Then the females are given from the local areas itself. Then males are coming from the Rajasthan area where we are introducing Sirohi breed to bring the to gain the much better weight gain. So these are the some pics of the activities we are doing. Next. These are our farms and the training pictures, and the support we are giving the feeders and waterers, the farmers, and the chain link fencing for the open, keeping them in their houses itself. So these are provided to the each and every member of our farmers, and they are all trained. Next, please. These are the activities, the vaccination, weight taking. These are the with our paravets and our doctors in the field itself. They are going to the farm. Our beneficiaries doorstep, and they are providing these facilities there. Next, please. These are the, as I told earlier, these are our pictures of our PMKY accredited training centers, and it has a quarantine station also. Any animals which is coming from outside the state, it is being quarantined. And one more achievement we have done, that we have started going for artificial insemination in the goats itself, sheep and goat both. So goat artificial insemination, we have developed one deep frozen semen production laboratory in the Dehradun and Rishikesh itself. And all the farmers, almost every farmers are being trained for this, as the paravets are being trained, and the farmers are being engaged for this artificial insemination. In that, we go for heat synchronization, because we take a group of 50 goats in the one cluster itself, and we go for the heat synchronization. And then after the following the protocol of 12 days, the animals are inseminated with the high quality semen on the 13th day. So this is also taking up, more and more people are taking interest, more paravets are coming for the training, because this will give again an additional source of income to them. So these things are happening in our state. Next. These are again those pictures where we are providing each and, as you can see, each and every animal is tagged, well recorded, and they are insured. So any mitigation, any losses can be mitigated. So this part is doing, and artificial insemination and those things are being done. Next, please. These were our inauguration part, where we the Sirohi Bakra you can see in the last right side slide picture. So this type of bucks we are providing for the breed improvement to our farmers, whereas in the left side the goats, local goats are there. So results are coming quite good. The result kids are born of these two breeding. It's coming quite good. The kids' weight is birth weight is very good. So in the coming days, this will be naturally the farmers will be getting much better prices for the more of the weight of their animals. Next, please. This you can see the Sirohi kids born in the project area. You can see the health and the weight of those animals. So these are also being properly recorded, and we have been in a tripartite agreement with our beneficiary and the cooperative societies and the federation, where we will be buying all these animals and any other animals available with our farmers, which are being used as a bakra for the front end use. Next, please. So this is the things I would just like to tell my complete forum that this is the Himalayan goat meat and meat on wheel concepts. So this way, in a very hygienic and very acceptable packing, we are providing our this Himalayan goat meat bakra, and there is a delivery system, there is a e-commerce system, and the last pic you can say this is the inside of our meat on wheel, which is a very modern meat shop. And even the girls are involved in this delivery of this Himalayan goat meat. So we are providing in the back end also we are supporting our female population, and in the front end also they are being engaged in our all the operations. Next, please. These are some pictures of inauguration of Himalayan goat meat and meat on wheels. Next, please. Done by our honorable minister, and we had an opportunity of exporting our Himalayan goat meat to the Dubai in the last August. So we, with the help of APEDA, so we did this program at their flag off ceremony for exporting of our bakra. So this has been now the well accepted in the not only in the country, even in the outside. There had been some issue in the export. So we are just going through our vendors. We are sending our meat to the international market where it can be accepted. Next, please. So this is our mascot, Viru, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Avinash. That was a great showcase of examples, successful case studies that you have done in the Uttarakhand state, which is, I think, quite a good model for others to follow. For example, for many member countries who are interested or who are engaged in the livestock industry. And now this leads to the discussion, which is another important part of this meeting, because we have heard about the major issues, the challenges, an overview of the industry, that the main challenges that we face, perhaps particularly related to the technologies adopted, technologies to improve productivity, because low productivity may be a major issue. And when you talk about productivity, you may need, specific technologies that can improve productivity. At the same time, maintain the quality of the product, quality and safety of the product. I have seen in Dr. Purushothaman's presentation about the antimicrobial resistance, which is a major issue, because meat has a universal consumption pattern, and the presence of antibiotics or steroids in the feed or in the animal meat could have far-reaching consequences, affecting human health, the use of antimicrobials and the development of resistance. So this is one of the major problems. And then marketing could be a major issue, because the market structure is not well defined, sometimes not organized. So all these issues are challenging, and we may need more quality certifications so that the consumers know what they eat, the quality, how they are produced, how they are stored, the traceability across the entire value chain. All these are important issues. I think it will be considered in the discussions here. And for the discussion session, may I invite Dr. P.S. Galod ji, who is the Managing Director of Indian Potash Limited and also the Secretary General of NEDAC, because IPL is a versatile organization with varied interest. And I'm happy to know that they're on to cattle feed production. Also, they're planning for aqua feed production. So I think Dr. Galot, I would appreciate if you can lead the discussion in this meeting from here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Salim. First of all, please permit me to ask one question each of Dr. Avinash Anand and Dr. Purushottam. Dr. Avinash Anand, let me compliment you for a very, very exhaustive and detailed presentation on the subject. My question for you is that there were some studies on poverty alleviation in the hills. And it was found that the most effective way to pull out families belonging to BPL was to give them 2 goats. And these 2 goats take out a family from that below poverty line to above poverty line in less than 2 years. Have you also come across these studies, and do you really subscribe to this theory that this is the most effective and quick way of pulling out families?
So yes, sir, we are aware of it, but through the making of this project, when we have given a thoughts for this cooperative setup and this complete value chain, this has come up that the most viable unit will be the 20 females plus 1 male. Until unless the farmer is getting a good number of good income out of it, the interest and our role aim is not only to bring them outside from the below poverty line to the this APL standard above poverty line. This 20 plus 1 unit will certainly give this the economics where the farmers can have a complete trust on this goat rearing, and the more and more number will be interested in this. And this will again support in the reverse migration, because in the Uttarakhand, this is again a problem where the farmers are, the most of the villages are being vacated and the farmers are leaving the villages. So to bring them back for it has to be economically viable project. So we have gone for this 20 plus 1, and there has been studied on because of how this economics of it going to help the farmers. So.
Thank you. And one question for Dr. Purushottam ji. Purushottam ji, you are part of the Central Civil Service. You know, one of the objectives of the government is to double the farmer's income. Now the farmer's income cannot be doubled because we can't get double the yield, whatever inputs we may use, but it can't be quickly doubled. Similarly, the farmer cannot be paid twice the price that he is getting today for his output. So dairy cooperatives or dairy sector activities were identified as a supplement to the activities, to the various efforts in the direction of agricultural improvement of Government of India. So how do you really subscribe to this theory that without dairy sector improvement, the farmer's income cannot be doubled?
Sir, I would like to, very good question, sir. Thank you very much. I would like to draw your attention to recently Honorable Prime Minister of India. He had in his tweet for the National Milk Day, I mean, recently last month it happened, he had made a tweet saying that for doubling farmers' income, we have to increase milk production and other dairy activities. So I'm exactly coming to the point. I mean, as I have mentioned in my presentation also, 25% of the agriculture economy is being contributed by the livestock. And then Government of India had made a goal that we have to double the farmers' income in coming 3 to 4 years. It can happen only in the fast way with the help of livestock. Like, I mean, Dr. Avinash Anandji has also said, I mean, goats, they are called as ATM, that is anytime money. I mean, for the farmer, it gives that, that cushion to come above the poverty line and to stay at above the poverty line. Only livestock and dairy, poultry, I think these are the only ways on which it can be maintained. So I very much appreciate your point, and I'm in total agreement with you that only with livestock sector, we can double the farmer's income. And this is mostly relevant in Asia and Pacific countries. I mean, this may not be applicable in developed countries, but in developing countries, many countries of Asia, livestock is the only sector to go where we should give a boost in coming 10 years. Thank you.
Thank you. This was, of course, the presentations were both India-centric, but as Dr. Purushottamji has said, that these are relevant for rest of Asia also. So may I request our international audience from other countries, if they have any questions for either Dr. Anand or Dr. Purushottam.
I have a question for Dr. Salim. I mean, yeah, actually, I mean, because livestock cooperatives are very nascent. I mean, at least in India, I understand we have dairy cooperatives, but other parts of livestock cooperatives are very nascent. So can we have a knowledge sharing mechanism with other countries where we have successful models where they have done, especially in Asia and Pacific countries, and can NEDAC help in this information sharing where we can go, they can come here to share their experiences? Can such a sort of mechanism can be worked out?
Yeah, absolutely possible, Dr. Purushottamji, because that is the mandate for NEDAC as well, because we are a forum, a network to connect people. So we have several member countries, and we can definitely, remain as a channel for communication, networking among the members. And we have almost 60 cooperatives under our membership. So we can definitely initiate this channel of communications and also develop programs which are of mutual interest. That's absolutely possible. So we can, specific programs we can define and implement.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That is the next agenda item. Any questions for?
We have representatives from Bangladesh, Philippines, Nepal. It will be great if you can share your experiences.
I have a question to Dr. Prashanto. There is a good, it is a very complex rearing in our country because the disease PPR and the goat pox. But why it is in Uttarakhand? There is no problem in Uttarakhand for goat and goat rearing, like PPR and goat pox.
So yeah, this is a good question. We have that problem, PPR, and goat pox is not a problem here. So far, we have not faced any problem with the goat pox, but PPR is a regular issue here. And for that, this project has inbuilt PPR vaccination, a compulsory PPR vaccination in each and every animals. So we are following because veterinary care is provided at the farmer's doorstep at their call. So this is a regular practice. We are doing extensive PPR vaccination, and there is a national program of also where the PPR eradication is going on in the whole country. So by these two programs, with the availability of the vaccines, we have last 2 years, we have not seen any outbreak of PPR, a major outbreak. This sporadic cases are coming up, but there is no outbreaks coming in this our project area itself. So we are taking care of that through vaccination and preventive measures. Thank you.
I have a question about insurance. One of the participants had raised a question. Is that you insure the animals?
Yes, sir. Each and every animal is insured through our National Livestock Mission program. There is a livestock insurance program running in the whole of the country. So all the goats, all the kids, even the males, every animal is insured. If anything happens because of this any disease or natural disaster or wildlife attack, so animals are well compensated by that insurance.
I would like to thank you, of the August Forum. This is one of the unique projects where we have converged Government of India schemes, state government schemes, and this project money which is coming through national NCDC. So the funding sources are coming from 3 to 4 sources. So this usually doesn't happen in government setup, where convergence from various sources, because the various funding streams, it becomes very difficult. But this project has been structured in such a way that to reduce the loan amount to the farmers, we are funding it through various Government of India schemes and then helping through the veterinary department. So the cost on the farmer, the loan component is getting very low. This is very unique component of this entire project.
I think all the questions that were raised have been answered.
Yeah, I think regarding the question from Dr. Purushottam ji, so in one of the previous meetings, in fact, NEDAC was planning to start a trading forum for developing, business among the members, or trading products or information. So will the Uttarakhand will also be interested for this kind of an activity? Because you have several value-added products specifically meant for, maybe for elite markets even.
Certainly, sir, our project envisages this, that we have to expand to the international market also. We are taking first Uttarakhand, then we are reaching up to the national capital region and within the country. And we have this, our aim to reach up to the international market. So wherever this goat meat can be accepted, because there are some restrictions in a few countries, particularly European countries, because till date our country has not been declared FMD free. So because of this, there has been some restrictions. So, but the countries which has ready to take our product, we are ready. And the prices, because this is a unique project where the aim is to support our farmer, our marginalized hill farmers. So the prices will be little competitive one, and it comes through a process. So if we get a good price, which we can afford, we are ready to go for any international trades.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I think we will follow this up. And it would also be great if there is an experience from Philippines that can be shared. Ms. Marian, are you there? Or Mr. Ray, if you can open your camera and speak. I think they are not available. Yeah, Mr. Siddhartha, would you like to speak from Bangladesh? You have some experience on other sectors also, like the poultry. If someone can share their experiences or information useful for others, it would be great.
Sir, I am Dr. Muralidhar, Managing Director of Telangana State Cooperative Bank from Southern India. Basically, as I told you earlier, I am basically a veterinary doctor, postgraduate in veterinary dairy science. Regarding the other cooperative, as you said, in Telangana, we have about 2,400 milk cooperatives, sir. Basically, they are covering about 65,000 farmers. And apart from milk cooperatives, here the sheep breeders, primary sheep breeders cooperative societies are also there. They are very well functioning societies are there, sir. And fishermen cooperative societies are also there. Nowadays, the government of the state government is taking a lot of interest in promoting the fishery activity and also the sheep support to sheep breeders. In fact, they are supplying quality animals and also seed for this fishery sector, sir. But this is a good case to make study of these cooperatives working in southern India.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that information. Yeah.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Ray. Yeah,
Yes,
please.
This is Ray Elevaso of the Cooperative Development Authority Philippines. In the Philippines, we have several types of cooperatives who are into. We have fishermen cooperatives. We have agriculture cooperatives. We have dairy cooperatives. But specifically on livestock cooperatives, there is no type under the law, which is called livestock cooperatives, just what you are discussing. So the livestock cooperatives, as you practice it, in the Philippines, it may fall under agriculture cooperative. So that is our practice in the Philippines. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Galot. If you have any comments?
No, I think it has been thoroughly discussed, and I hope all the participants are now clear about the role of cooperatives in the livestock sector, and the way forward also has been delineated by the two eminent speakers. And then we have been enriched by the observations of the international and our other fellow countries' representatives. So I think these two subjects have been thoroughly covered, and about the activities, proposed activities, you can conduct the meeting, Dr. Salim.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Galorji, for summing up. In fact, this is a very enlightening meeting for me, for example, because I'm not a core expert in livestock. I'm learning from these discourses. But the messages are very clear. What are the major challenges facing the industry and what are the priorities that are required to be addressed? And especially focusing on specific segments of the industry, but looking under the larger framework of food safety and quality, producing safe and quality meat for humankind. I think we can develop or devise specific programs that are of interest to the member countries. And even after this meeting, I would request your support in following up with the specific programs that we are able to organize, because we are at this stage where the international travel restrictions are getting over. We hope more problems are not there. So we may soon start, planning in-person meetings and study visits, exposure visits, training programs, exchange visits to different member countries. And I would request all of you to, send your interests or specific proposals or projects if you have, so that NEDAC can be an important platform, networking with this our members and also linking different nodes in the value chain. So I guess if any of you have any comments, or then yeah, if you have more comments.
Yeah, thank you very much for the wonderful webinar here, and thank you for bringing Dr. Purushottam and Anand here. I would like to mention here that the chairman, Sri Sandeep Kumar Nayak ji, has made this NEDAC very vibrant, versatile, and very well known, very interconnected, and networking has become very big here. It is because of his hard work, day and night hard work. He has never seen time. That is why that we are here, and then we are able to have such a good, valuable contribution, and choosing a very dynamic person like Dr. Salim Krishna and other things. And NEDAC, I'm as a representative of NCDC, I would like to thank NEDAC for the webinars, and I wish that it should continue. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vanitha. Yes, absolutely. This is correct, because much of this the work plan has been developed under the leadership of Mr. Sandeep Kumar Naik ji. And we have been meticulously following up with the work plan, which was developed in the General Assembly 2 years ago. Yeah, we owe this success of these programs to Mr. Sandeep Kumar Naik ji. And yeah, you are absolutely right. So thank you very much for all the participation and your interesting discussion here. And we promise to take this up, follow this up in the coming weeks so that we continue to engage on similar programs and also lead several capacity building measures that are significant for our member countries and the cooperatives who are involved. So thank you very much again. And now I pass it on to Ms. Rasita for wrapping up the session. Thank you very much. Over to you, Rasita.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Chair of the Committee, Dr. Purushottam Basawa, Keynote Person, Dr. Avinash Anand, Honorary Secretary General, Dr. P.S. Kalot, Honorary Director of NEDAC, Dr. K.R. Salin, committee members, and all attendees. Good afternoon to you all again. On behalf of NEDAC, it's my privilege to propose word of thanks on this occasion. First of all, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Chair of the Committee, Dr. Purushottam Basawa, Secretary, Departments of Animal Husbandry and Cooperatives, Government of Uttarakhand for his leadership and available support on the committee. My sincere thanks to Dr. Avinash, Chief Executive Officer, Uttarakhand Sheep and Wool Development Board for the informative presentation and beneficial information. I would like to thank to the committee members, NEDAC members, and all attendees for the attention and valuable opinions and suggestions. Your contributions are really appreciated. Last but not the least, thanks to Honorary Director of NEDAC, Dr. K.R. Salin, for moderating the whole session and make the meeting run smoothly. Thank you all once again for your contribution and making this meeting a success. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.